Welcome back to these brief reflections on the daily Psalms of Holy Week. Here on Maundy Thursday, the 116th Psalm, verses 1 to 2 and 12 to 19. I love the Lord who has heard my voice and listened to my supplication. For the Lord has given ear to me whenever I called. How shall I repay the Lord for all the good things God has done for me? I will lift the cup of salvation and call on the name of the Lord. I will fulfill my vows to the Lord in the presence of all God's people. Precious in your sight, O Lord, is the death of your servants. O Lord, truly I am your servant. I am your servant, the child of your handmaid. You had freed me from my bonds. I will offer you the sacrifice of thanksgiving and call upon the name of the Lord. I will fulfill my vows to the Lord in the presence of all God's people, in the courts of the Lord's house, in the midst of you, O Jerusalem. This 116th Psalm for Maundy Thursday is a response to the reading from Exodus 12, which narrates the details of Passover, that story of God's people hunkering down in their homes in order to avoid death. So we do well to take a page from our ancestors in the faith. In this psalm, the community observance and celebration of God's saving power is spoken in the first person, so that every member of the community can recall for him or for herself all the good things that God has done. The Passover does not promise that people will never die, but that the plagues in Exodus, and especially that climactic 10th plague of death visiting most every family, will not touch the Lord's servants. So even before the plague begins, Israel learns to sing God's praise. Deliverance is at hand. Already God's people can taste the victory. The cup of salvation is ready for lifting in celebratory remembrance. Is this joyful toast premature? Is the victory banquet announced too early? Note that all of Israel will still cry out in fear at Pharaoh's army, and the parting of the waters is still to come. But ritual remembrance is a powerful weapon in fearful times, as is trust in the tender compassion of our God, in whose sight every servant death is precious. Israel could not know, still at the time of the plague, how it would all turn out. But trusting that you are already in the heart of a God who loves you, allows you to put yourself now in God's gracious hands. As we said on Palm Sunday, Jesus teaches that way of calm in the midst of the storm, and how the heart may be at peace in the face of death. On this, the first of the great 3 days, there remains much to be felt and experienced of Jesus' story before week's end. Yet the cup of salvation, why, we can almost taste it already. The God of peace be with you. The Lord of love be your strength. Amen. Join me this Maundy Thursday evening at 7 p.m. by video again for a simple liturgy of prayer and the stripping of the altar from our sanctuary at Gloria Dei. Also, a Good Friday service online tomorrow at noon, and 2 more of these reflections on the Psalms for Good Friday and then for Holy Saturday. We will be pleased also to bring Easter greetings on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. and then worship together at 10 a.m. with the entire Metropolitan New York Synod, with a service of the Word hosted by our Bishop Paul Eggensteiner from Manhattan. You will find links to all of these on our website, www.gloriadeihuntington.org. Until then, the peace of Christ be with you.